Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Crown and today we are going to have some more stories that I hope that you will enjoy. But before we start, it will be so much appreciated if you would subscribe to the channel, like the video if you enjoyed it, and maybe leave a comment down below. These simple clicks would mean a lot to the future of this channel and really reward the effort that I put in every day. And now, without further ado, let's go! I work at a somewhat large gas station. While we're given a jacket with a store logo on it, there are 8 cashiers, and even if COVID wasn't a thing, that's just not sanitary. Our normal uniform is a pair of black pants and a bright polo with a store logo. So it was pretty cold yesterday and I was wearing my hoodie because the store is built very cheap and isn't insulated. The ceiling is just bare metal. I was sitting in a chair for a couple minutes by the eating area because it was pretty slow when I saw a car pull in. So I went back behind the counter, and here comes a delusional lady. She walks up to my counter and asked,
"Excuse me, where is the cashier?"
"You're looking at him, ma'am. What can I do for you?"
"I come here every morning and I've never seen you. You don't even have the uniform."
Now the reason that's relevant is because I always work late evenings, so I've never seen this lady in my life. I probably haven't been awake before 2 p.m. in a year. "Oh, sorry about that. It's just cold in here and the heat doesn't really work." So I took off my hoodie to prove to this lady that I did in fact work here. She then pulled out her phone as 2 other customers walked in and a line formed behind her.
"This guy doesn't work here. I think he's stealing. I'm calling the police."
She walked up to the sitting area and dialed for the police. Meanwhile, I guess the other 2 people realized she was an idiot and let me ring them up. She watched the entire time, telling the police I was pocketing money. When they arrived, we ended up having to call my manager to the store to explain that I did in fact work there. They let her off with a warning, and she got banned from the store. The police wouldn't let the store stay open for the entire hour it took the manager to get there. I was never detained as it was obvious I worked there, but they insisted on talking to the manager. And did I mention I'm the assistant manager? I used to live on the bottom floor of a 2-story house in a very popular beach town in North Carolina. I was in my mid-20s. The upstairs were rented out to 4 guys in college. So a total of 5 people, 5 cars driveway built for 4. So one of us would either be on the grass or in a paid spot. If you have bills with your name and address, the city will give you a pass to park in certain paid spaces. So not a big deal. But finding a spot in the middle of the summer was hard. The house is maybe 100 yards to the beach. It's a pretty short walk, 5-minute stops, with beach gear and little ones. I would leave to work at 6:30 in the morning and return around 5 or 6 p.m. By the time I got home, most of the crowds would be gone. So a paid spot was easy for me to get. So I typically leave the driveway for the upstairs guys. One day, I was running late and didn't get out of my house till nearly 8. The other guys had left and the driveways were empty. I'm walking out to my car and of course the lots are already 90% full or more. As I'm crossing the street, I see a minivan coming up and pulling into my driveway. I didn't recognize it, so I waited to see if I knew them or they knew the upstairs guys. Out steps polo shirt, visor and pulling shorts dad, an overly peppy mom with 3 screaming kids. Obviously no one I know. I backtrack up. "Excuse me, do you know the tenants upstairs or have permission to park here?" The entitled mom says,
"It doesn't matter. No one's parked here. And Billy, Poppy and Brandy have to get to the beach.
There is 5 people living there, myself included, and we need to be able to park."
"Oh, so where is your car if you live here?"
"In that spot there, because I have a pass and…" The entitled dad interrupts me.
"Don't lie to us. You're here just the same as us, and just upset we know how to park for free."
"I am not lying, dude, it's 8 a.m. and I'm wearing my work uniform."
"We don't need to listen to you. We're going to park and you can do whatever you want. My children have to get to the beach. You're ruining our vacation. Just go away."
Meanwhile, the kids are climbing on my fence and trees on the street. Okay, I'll just have you towed and you can deal with it later. The entitled dad gets in my face practically nose to nose.
Try it and see. This isn't your house. You're just a little jerk.
Mind you, I'm 5'11", roughly 190 pounds, and in a fairly good shape. Okay, have a nice day. So I went to my car and waited till they were pretty much at the beach. And like I said, a very short walk. So I went inside, looked up at tow service on the other side of town. Hello, yes. I would like to report a car illegally parked on my property. And I give them the address. The guy on the other side of the call, Sir, that's an hour away. Yeah, I know, I'm not paying. That's their problem. Okay, be there in about an hour and a half. I called my boss and said, not gonna be in today, and explained what happened. He's a pretty easygoing guy, and told me to keep him informed. The tow truck arrives and gets the van removed, and I leave my car in a spot and wait. It's 10:30 a.m. or so by now. Sometime around 2 or 3 p.m., there is a very angry knock at my door. Internal thoughts, this is gonna be fun. Imagine the shock when I answer the door. Beer in hand, grinning like an idiot. Can I help you?
You! Where is our van? How did you get here?
Oh yeah, here is a card for the company I headed to your van across town. It's gonna be a fun cab ride. And I shut the door in their faces. More angry yelling and knocking. Yes? The entitled dad trying to get in my house.
You better get us our van back. I'm gonna beat you up. I'll have you arrested.
Get out of my house and call the cops. It's not gonna change anything. I managed to shove him out of the door, get it closed and locked. And now I wait. Next 20 minutes are full of more angry knocking and yelling. Finally, about 4 p.m.-ish, I see some blue lights and there is a much more polite knock at my door. I grew up on the beach. It's a small number of locals. I know 70% of the locals, police, bartenders, shop owners, residents. I know a lot of people on the island. So I say, oh, hey Garrett, how's it going? Yeah, it's good. These people say you stole their van and broke into this house. Nope, they pulled into the driveway as I was leaving for work. Pulled an attitude, walked away and said I couldn't do anything. So I called Lou on the other side of town. Got their van towed there, and I even gave them his card and offered to let them use my phone. The entitled mother shouts,
He's lying. He stole our car. I demand he be arrested.
The entitled dad storming up behind the officer, and he says,
If you don't arrest him, I'll have you fired. This is ridiculous.
Blah blah blah. Sir, back up. I'm going to figure this out. The entitled dad now shoved past the officer saying,
This is nonsense.
He was working his way into my house again. Garrett was able to pull him out and managed to get him pressed up against his cop car. Sir, you are trespassing now. Looking over at me. Would you like to press charges? Absolutely. So I moved into a 4-bedroom university house. I knew 2 of my housemates. Let's call them Appy and Ben. Due to unfortunate circumstances, our previously planned housemate didn't live with us. So we found a new one, Chloe. Chloe is a horrible housemate. This becomes apparent when they never paid any bills or rent on time, smokes like a chimney inside, against our agreement, leaves home for a few days leaving a big pile of washing up for us to do, including our pots and pans, scream gaming on their laptop all the way till 5 a.m. Walls are thin. Just to name a few things, basically they suck. So it gets still about 4 months in, and we cannot stand Chloe. So we have a house meeting. Basically we sat there and tried to explain how we would prefer they don't scream at their laptop until 5 a.m. every night as all of us get up early. Everything we brought up, Chloe denied it. We have each lent Chloe a month's rent and bills too, and Chloe hasn't paid any of us back. Over $1,000 between us. Chloe denied it, saying I don't owe you. At this point, me, Appy and Ben are all pretty mad. Then a few weeks later was a Saturday night, and being students, Abby and Ben and I invited friends round for pre-drinks. We asked Chloe first and they said they would be out, so that's fine. Turns out, they finished work early so they came home and were shocked to find people there. I went up to their room. They kept coming down and turning the music down. It wasn't even loud in the first place. Chloe got so angry and threw my speaker out the window. I didn't see Chloe do it, but loads of people told me so. I'd had enough. I went to go get my speaker. Chloe came with me to my surprise, and as Chloe left in full viability of me, keyed my car parked on the driveway. I got up with my speaker and shouted as she walked off. Luckily, we have an automatic light on the side of the house, and a car was driving down my road at the time, and the driver said they had a dash cam and probably caught it out the window to me. I stopped shouting in disbelief and gave him my email address and went about my night enjoying the party. When it was time to leave, a lot of us hadn't finished our alcohol, so I left it on the kitchen table and left. When we got back the next day and had sobered up in the morning, we found all the alcohol had been taken, along with a speaker, some headphones, and my laptop. Now I was really mad. The revenge. I logged into my housemate's laptop in my email. This guy had pulled through, sent me a small clip of Chloe key in the car along with several close-up stills showing the key in contact. I first confronted Chloe asking if they knew where my stuff was, while Abby and Ben secretly recorded on their phones. Things got heated and they looked like they were going to fight me. I'm a big guy, 6'4", and I'm really not scared. I'm basically just getting Chloe angry. Chloe then swung her fist at me a few times, making contact, but I didn't fight back. I put my hands and arms over my head and face. Chloe then stomps off thinking they won. Let me remind you, Abby and Ben were recording. I called the police. They showed up and I basically say I have good reason to believe Chloe stole my alcohol and other possessions. They go up and I knock on Chloe's door. Go away! They can't go in without a search warrant. I filed a report about assault and the things stolen, relating the two. The police are very nice and basically tell me how to fill it in. They come back the next day with a warrant for Chloe's arrest for assault and battery. They then search her room and find all the stolen alcohol bottles, my headphones, which clearly were mine as they only paired with my phone, and my laptop and damaged speaker. I sued Chloe and I won. I had indisputable evidence along with witnesses for all the events. I got $3,000 for the car, speaker and rent Chloe owed us, and an additional $5,000. Chloe went to prison for resisting arrest, assaulting a police officer, assault, destruction of property, theft, and battery. Chloe still had to pay rent for her room, which we used as a gym, so I agreed to be paid X amount each month until it's paid off. Her parents are probably gonna pay them for her. It is. To the people saying why I bothered, to get my car repaired was going to cost me over $1,000. My speaker was decent, 215 U. Headphones were $300 and a laptop was $1,600. Alcohol was right after a party with like 20 people, so at a guess there was over 100 left. I got the laptop and headphones back undamaged. And now we have reached the end of today's stories. Thank you for watching and see you next time.